What do you mean by that?
Can't have the cake and eat it. What's the point in having cake if you don't get to eat it? So I've had 2 relationships, never even came home to a quick meal.
A space to me is the same thing as break. Like I want a little break. Let's not talk for a week.
That is free game for any guy out there.
How many times are she gonna get heated in an argument? Every time she's heated in an argument, you're gonna be worried.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Let me ask him, what do you mean by that?
Hello and welcome to What Do You Mean By That? The safe place for unsafe opinions. I'm your host, Josiah, and today we're getting into something heavier. Politics, law, economy, power, and the systems that actually run our lives. This isn't going to be a light-hearted discussion. This is a thinking episode. And I'm not going to lie, it's unfortunate that there's only 2 of us today. I've had a lot of cancellations in the past couple of weeks, but I guess that's just the reality of when you're trying to build something real. At the same time, though, I am grateful to not be here on my own. Naturally, KB needs no introduction. He's been here before, but say a little piece about yourself, bro.
Yo, it's Kirbo, also known as KB. Guys have seen me here before, but for the new watchers, yeah, get to know.
Before we even begin to break anything down, do you think people actually understand the systems that control them?
Listen, I'm not even gonna sit here and pretend like I even fully understand it. Like, I think it's way deeper than we can even imagine. I feel like there's a lot of parts involved. But I don't know. Like, what do you mean by systems?
I'm talking about the institutions. Obviously, as a person in society, you're all the way at the bottom on the ground. You got so many institutions that shape and control. You've got the education system, the workforce, you've got government, the legal system, all of these institutions that are, what I think they're doing is tricking people into thinking that, for example, they've got free will. I don't believe that people actually have free will.
Nah, I disagree, no.
Really?
I think we got free will. To an extent.
But for you to say to an extent, that means you don't have free will.
I mean, what do you mean by free will? Like, yeah, you can't go around, I don't know, like killing people.
Actions have consequences throughout life, right? If I'm prevented from doing something because of the fear of a repercussion, that means I don't have the free will to do it.
No, you do.
But if I do it, I'm going to get punished.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they're not necessarily stopping you. They're just putting a deterrent there so it doesn't happen, to prevent it happening as much.
I'm not a criminal, but let's say I wanted to murder, right?
Yeah.
And I went out and I did that and I ended up in prison. But I still want to murder. I'm now physically being stopped from murdering.
Not necessarily. You can murder people in the jail cell.
When you get put in prison, your liberties are taken from you. Your freedom's taken from you. So if I get put in solitary confinement, I'm on my own. Free will's been stripped. In prison, you can't leave.
You can still murder someone in solitary confinement.
How?
You can murder yourself.
That wouldn't be murder. That's suicide.
No, okay, cool. But like, if that's what you mean by not having free will, then maybe we don't have free will. But like, in most circumstances, though, you can do what you want to do. Like, not extreme. Like,
okay.
Why would you want to murder someone anyway? You need to go to like an institution if you want to go around killing people.
Nah, that one, I want to say I agree, but I can't lie. There's a couple people who can, yeah? Anyways.
Yeah, sorry.
So if you, how do I put it? If you're saying that there will be consequences for someone committing certain actions, obviously not everything, and this is me going extreme, but if there are going to be consequences that are preventing you from doing something, then how can you say that as a person you've got free will to do it?
I mean, bro, if it's a bad thing, maybe you don't have free will. But like, in terms of, like, no one's really stopping you from doing anything, really.
Okay.
Unless you get caught.
Speaking of free will, right, you've got allegedly we have freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Now,
No, we don't, though, actually.
I agree, we don't have freedom of speech. But if we are supposed to have freedom of speech, why is it that people get punished for saying things they want to say?
Nah, I don't think we have freedom of speech, to be honest. You got to be very careful what you say in this day and age. Even on the podcast, when I've been on here, bro, I've been thinking what I'm supposed to be saying properly.
Yeah.
Because nowadays people just love judging and, you know, coming to conclusions without knowing the full situation. And I personally don't respect that. I think you should be able to say whatever you want, whatever's on your mind, even if it's outrageous to some or, you know, normal to others. You should be able to say it.
Yeah.
I think.
Little backstory. I've known KB since primary school, year 3. That's a long time. In primary school days, we could say whatever. We could say whatever in the playground, and by the time you go back into the classroom, everyone's forgotten about it. No one cares anymore.
Yeah.
Nowadays, if you're to say the same things that we would say back then,
Done for.
yeah, literally.
You're done for. I think it's kind of sad, to be honest. Even times when I can't even remember them times as much anymore. Like, all I can remember now is more like being careful on what you're saying.
Treading on eggshells with everyone.
All the time.
Especially social media. On social media, you have to be so careful because once it's out there, and all those opinions, all those voices, I feel like it can be a dangerous place, social media, for opinionated people.
Bro, like, everyone has an opinion. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It could be you're doing something good, something bad. Everyone has something bad to say about it, regardless. So I'm thinking, just do whatever you want. There's times even where I'll be by myself and I'll be thinking, nah, I shouldn't do this. People might think that. Shouldn't do this. People might think this. And then sometimes I even do stuff that's even more outrageous to prove to myself I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't care. So, yeah, I don't really... Everyone's judging nowadays.
Constantly. You could be the most liked person on the planet and still people have something to say.
100%. So, I think you should just not care, do what you want to do, let people talk. Don't even mix yourself with them type of people. You know, try and mix yourself with people that don't always have an opinion about something, bro. Sometimes just be quiet and live your own life.
No, literally. Obviously, speaking of opinionated people, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, who was assassinated last year for having his opinions. What did you think about that whole situation?
You see, with Charlie Kirk, he does offend people. But that goes back to saying like how sensitive our society has become. He was just saying what he thought. I don't think he should have been assassinated. I understand why a lot of people got angry, but not to the point where he had to die.
Yeah.
There's some things I saw that I thought, just shut up. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
you don't have to die for that.
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't think that assassination is ever correct. Unless you're talking war criminals who are hurting thousands or millions of people, then I'd understand in that perspective. But for Charlie Kirk to be assassinated for just speaking your mind, that's crazy to me.
No, 100%.
Like, one of the reasons I started this podcast is because I think society is too sensitive now. And I wanted to give people the space, the safe space, to come and share their opinions without thinking or worrying about what other people are going to be saying about what their opinions are. I wanted to obviously give people the platform to do that. I think it's important to be able to speak freely in society, especially when you've got so many institutions that are trying to force your thinking.
No, 100%. But I've even got this question for you, to be honest. Like, even with a podcast like this, podcast you started yourself, like, how do you get any people trying to hate on your grind or trying to give you certain opinions about what you're doing?
I'll be honest, I haven't had it much compared to other people. with me though, I'm someone who when it comes to hate comments, yeah, I just don't care for them. Like, when I know I'm doing something good, I know I'm doing something good. And I'm proud of the work that I do. I'm proud of the fact that I've been able to literally start this podcast on myself. I've done everything on my own. And if someone has comments to make, let them make them. I've seen a couple people post comments about podcast equipment should have tariffs, or they're just letting anybody start podcasts these days. And I'm just like, okay. If they raise the price for podcast equipment, I'll pay that. So it's like, you can have your opinions. Everyone's entitled to their opinions. I'm someone who will never let words of another person affect me. I grew up very like strong-minded, and I'm now at a stage where I can't let outside noise affect what I'm doing, because when you start letting that in, when you start letting hate comments get to you, that's when it'll start to affect your performance, and I can't afford for that.
So when you say you don't care, do you just not care, basically? Is there any other, like, what steps do you take for the viewers, maybe, that are...
I honestly can't really think of, other than the example I just gave of some of people that mentioning that podcast equipment should be more expensive and da 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 da. I can't really think of many examples in terms of the podcast where people are showing hate, to be honest. It's not directed in my way. But when it comes to hate comments in general, one thing I always say is be in control of the things you can control, and don't try and worry about the things you can't control. Mm-hmm. So you can't control what other people are going to say or think or type. You can control what you say, what you think, what you type, what you're going to respond with. And so as long as you keep in control, you'll be fine. Okay. If you're getting hate comments, that's outside noise. Don't worry about the outside noise. Literally just focus on you, focus on what you're doing.
No, I hear it. That's a very stoic answer. But okay, cool. You said focus on you and what you're doing. Mm-hmm. However, but what you're doing is, creating content to entertain other people. So other people's opinions actually matter in this case. Mm-hmm. So how do you deal with that?
So part of what I'm doing is entertainment value, but a lot of what I'm doing is for myself. I like to hear other people's opinions. Okay. I like to have conversations with people who don't think the way I do. Almost everyone I've met, when I have conversations with them, they tell me that I think differently about things. And so naturally, I want to hear from other people. So yes, there's an entertainment factor in it. Kyra, who comes on the show regularly, she's probably the most entertaining I've had. She's always got some shit to say. But
sure,
the other half of that is I genuinely like to hear other people's opinions. When I'm giving people the platform to come and share their opinions or share their stories and share any truths that they've got, I'm doing it for myself as well, because I want to hear that. I'm interested in other people's perspectives, how other people see the world.
Yeah. No, that's cool. That's cool for real. I mean, there might have been a time in my life where people's opinions really mattered to me, and I had to, leave my comfort zone to then go prove to myself that who really cares about what people have to say,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was always cool, to be honest. From when I've always known you, you've always been that type of guy that didn't really give a fuck. So respect.
And I just want to put out there, it's not that I don't give a fuck about people or anything like that. It's not that. It's more, I'm secure in myself. Therefore, I will never let outside noise affect how I think and how I feel. To me, if you're letting another person have control over your emotions, that means you don't have control over yourself. Mm-hmm. And I think the best thing a person can do is always be in control of themselves.
Facts.
There's so many institutions in society that are taking your control, whether you know it or not.
Yeah. No.
So to remain in control, that's the best thing you can do as a person.
I hear it.
Whilst I'm speaking on institutions, do you think government is helpful or do you think it's a hindrance?
I think that's a mad one. I think government is helpful. I mean, there's definitely things that they do maybe that might not be as helpful.
Yeah.
But I think the main role of a government is to make sure the country's running properly. And I think that's what they aim to do. You know?
See, I've got a slightly different perspective. I think that government is in control of lawmaking, right? And I think that a lot of laws come from morals and values of a society.
Yeah.
I don't think that if government wasn't there, people would just be going out doing things that are wrong because of people's morals and values. Now, obviously,
Well, you don't think people would be going out and doing...
yeah, I think that people know what's right and wrong,
Yeah.
and the law being in place doesn't change people knowing what's right or wrong. Now, there's always going to be people who do wrong, and there's always going to be people who do right. But I don't think that the people who do right are only doing right because government is telling them if you do wrong, you're going to be punished. And this is a reason why I don't think that the justice system in the UK is very effective, because I think that it's punishment for punishment's sake. And I don't think that prison is a deterrent. And you can see that because the recidivism rate or reincarceration rate is so high amongst prisoners. Once you enter the criminal justice system, you'll be in and out, in and out, in and out.
You know what? There is flaws in that aspect, but more time, the only reason people go in and out, in and out, in and out is because once you're in, once you have a record for something that's major, it's very hard to get back on your feet out without doing crime again.
And who is at fault for that?
Definitely the government.
Because of the stigma that they place around criminals or around convicted people who have convictions on their record. If it was easier for convicted criminals to still get work when they go out into the real world, then I don't think a lot of them would need to turn back to crime. Now, as I said, people are always going to do bad, people are always going to do good. So there are people in prison who, that's just the life that they chose. And so that's not something that they're going to ever stop. But for the people that are committing crimes of necessity rather than just because, I feel like if they had the opportunities there, they wouldn't commit crime as much.
I think people that go in and out of jail are like people, majority of younger people. And that's because I think main reason why young people commit crimes, like younger people under 16, is because they can't work necessarily. They can't go out and get work. So maybe if the working age was like a bit lower, maybe 14, maybe people would be able to help their families. Maybe they wouldn't resort to crime. Maybe they wouldn't start a career in crime if they were able to work and help their families.
See, now, again, we're going to have different opinions on this one. I don't think that children should want to work. I think that you should enjoy your childhood for as long as you can. And therefore, I feel like if as a child you feel I need to work because I want to make money so I can pay for things myself and things like that, I think that's what needs to change. I feel like things need to be a lot more accessible for children. Obviously, in the UK, you're in education until you're 18. Once you're 18, then you can choose to go off and do whatever you want. In fact, I think if you're 16, you can go and work, but you can't just be doing nothing. So I feel like as a 16-year-old, the only thing you should really want to do is, I think, focus on your future. Education is not for everyone. So naturally, there are going to be a lot of 16-year-olds who do want to go out into the world of work. And I don't see a problem with that. But I don't think that children should be taught from young that they need to work.
No, of course not taught. And obviously, I think we are taught to work anyway.
Yeah, the whole school system is
Creating
there
employees.
exactly. It's there to bridge the gap between home life and working life. So they teach you these soft skills and academics that will help you in the future to be a good worker, essentially.
Yeah, no, for sure. But even on what's being pushed on social media as being like being money hungry is a good thing,
Yeah.
you know, chasing the bag, being a hustler. You know, so that's what I think pushes a lot of youth
Yeah.
into that direction. All I'm saying is if there was an option for youth to make money legally, then it would stop them from, you know, being institutionalized.
What kind of things do you think kids would, well, I'm gonna say 14 and up, what type of things do you think that they should be able to have access to in order to gain money? Because bear in mind, before 16, you're still in school full time up until you finish your GCSEs. So I guess you could have a weekend job. I had a weekend job when I was 16, but beforehand, what could you be doing outside of school?
That's a good question. You know, I haven't thought about it that far. But, you know, I don't know, like maybe, I don't know, being an assistant to an assistant or something. I don't know that. I don't know, little places where, or like places like, you know how there's youth clubs? Maybe them youth clubs show you from a young age how you can, you know, start a business, for example.
Yeah.
Like you could really and truly go to like your neighbors in the area and maybe offer them car washes or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, like something where they can be creative and know other ways, be exposed at least to
Yeah.
knowing other ways of making money legally, you know? Because even if you are, say, for example, on the street,
Yeah.
whatever, selling whatever, like at a young age, you ain't making that much money anyway. Like a 14-year-old is not making a lot of money selling whatever, you know, anything. I don't know. So illegally. So you might as well make the same piece legally and not get institutionalized.
See, I feel like the emphasis shouldn't be on making money for children. I feel like the only reason that they would be turning to crime, as you said, is for that quick money. I feel like that is where the problem starts, with them feeling like they need to earn a certain amount or something like that. When I was younger, I'm talking primary school days, I didn't have that kind of thought process of, I want to go out and work. I just wanted to go chill with my friends. The only time I became interested in work was whilst I was doing my GCSEs, and I was thinking, okay, what do I want to do next? I didn't really want to go to university, if I'm honest. What I wanted to do was an apprenticeship, but my parents, they didn't allow that. So I ended up saying, okay, cool. And I ended up doing A-levels. I wanted to do something else. I wanted to be able to work and make my own money. And I feel like part of the reason was because at the time, you've got like this rise of social media starting, and a lot of people are making money. And when I'm seeing this and I'm thinking, I want to be able to buy myself this and that and the other. And then it's like, well, I don't have a job right now. Now this is where it became a thing where I wanted to find a job. So job hunting at 16, back in the day, was a bit easier. Nowadays, I feel like the job market is so oversaturated that it's hard, very hard. Even as in postgraduate with a law degree and getting a job in law, they want you to have experience. But I can't get the experience because no one's giving me the opportunity to get the experience, kind of thing. So
it's like winning a lottery ticket.
exactly, it literally is. I know people who they were jogging, doing other work, not in law, after doing a law degree, because it's literally there was nothing coming to them until they ended up going into a different industry.
Yeah. No, I hope that don't happen to me. You know, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try get that law job, but nah. I mean, okay, cool. Back to the young people committing crime. Like, have you ever committed crimes
Just
as a young un?
Just to make sure I'm getting this right, you're asking me
Like, have you
to
ever?
admit to the world.
No, I just
In my youth, yeah, I've committed crimes. Nothing bad, like crimes of opportunity, I'd call it.
what type of crimes were you involved in? Just wondering.
Next question. I just had a question, it's gone out of my head, which is amazing. But whilst I think about that one, you see government, right? Do you really think they would allow people to vote if voting actually did something for society? Let me rephrase the question. If, as a people, we voted on something and that thing we voted on became law every single time, do you think government would actually allow us to vote?
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm not saying there might not be people that are corrupt within the government or that there are people trying to rig elections or votes or whatever. But I think it's a very small amount of people. And I think the vast majority of the people in the government want to be fair. This is actually my actual belief. So I think there's only a small amount of people that try switch the odds to whatever they would prefer, or maybe a lot of money has been given to them to do something. I don't think it's like the whole government. So
see, whilst I agree, I don't think it's the whole government. I feel like when you've got powerful actors in a government, it doesn't matter what the majority think. It's the big dogs that are gonna have the say. Even in society, there's more people than there are politicians. If all of the people in society were to vote against something, but the people in power didn't want that, it's not gonna happen.
yeah, but like you can't listen to every person in the country, bro. You cannot listen to every.
That's the point of a referendum. When there's a referendum, you get asked a simple question. It's one way or the other. You pick one way or the other, and whichever you pick as a people is what happens. But we rarely have referendums. It's why we have a government. We have government to make decisions on our behalf. So what I'm asking is, if we employ government to make decisions on our behalf, if, let's say, everything went through the people, everything went to a vote, and every time we voted, whatever we voted for becomes true, do you think government would give the people that kind of power? I don't think they would. And that's why we don't have many referendums.
I think we don't have many referendums is because I feel like there's certain guidelines where you have to, where there's a need for a referendum.
Yeah.
If there's like a split decision or something within the courts or within parliament, I feel like there's certain guidelines they have to follow when giving out a referendum. I don't think the government should give every decision to the public, because I don't think people know enough for them to make certain decisions. I think they've got their own problems. They're focusing on their own life. They're not focusing on things that have to do with the country. I feel like people are sheep. One person on the internet will say something, and a whole bunch of people will follow because they don't have opinions for themselves. So I don't think referendums are needed all the time.
I do agree with you there. One of the reasons why again, why we have government is to make the decisions on our behalf, especially where it concerns things that we're not clued up on.
Yeah.
Like in government, they've all got their own specialties
Yeah.
where they know a lot compared to us who we don't know enough about it. But I feel like that's done in a very specific way. I don't think it's hard. Information is free. You don't need to pay for information. Information is free. You can do research into things and you can make your own mind up about things. I feel like people are lazy and they don't want to do that. So we give the job to government. The other thing that we like to do as British people is complain.
Complain.
So we'll give them the job to make decisions on our behalf. Then when they do that, we'll complain about it.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, we're too much of a snowflake society right now.
Yeah, everyone complains, I'll be real. Even in terms of inflation, like everyone's complaining, everyone's got their conspiracy theories for why inflation is going up, prices are going up. But I don't think the government want prices to go up. I think it's bad for them as well because spending goes down. So therefore, a lot of things fuck up, you know?
See, whilst I hear that, yeah, I'm going to think back to, 2000s. As a kid, going to the shop, £1 go a long way.
A long
£2 would go a long way.
Long way.
You get a 10 sheet, that can last you weeks.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you can't even leave your house with £10. £10 isn't enough.
It's not.
But that being said, I think that's, when it comes to like the essentials, yes, prices have gone up, but I don't think that they go up that much that it now becomes unfeasible to be able to like sustain yourself.
But you were saying, literally last episode, you were saying it's impossible to support a household with the money that we make.
I don't think I said it's impossible. I think that it's rare in today's society. I think a dual income household is what's needed in order to sustain a family. But that obviously depends on family size. It depends on the income of the person. But generally speaking, I think a dual income household is better than a singular income household.
Yeah,
unless that singular income was a
Millions.
lot more than, what normal people are earning. And I think in today's society, if you want to live somewhere and be comfortable, not just have a roof over your head, but if you want to be comfortable, you and your partner, I think, should both be working.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And I don't see anything wrong with that. I wouldn't mind if my partner worked. I would want my partner to work. In fact, I want to be with somebody who's not relying on me financially and who actually wants to be with me for me, not because I'm providing for them financially. And don't get twisted, I will provide for them, but I want them to be able to go out and get things for themselves without having to rely on me to do that for them. Obviously, it's nice to receive things, but I want my partner to at least be able to get things herself.
Yeah, no, I hear it. I mean, I think maybe my love language is gift giving. But yeah, no, I hear it.
See, my top love language is quality time and physical touch, top two. When I'm speaking to someone that I'm really interested in, I just want to spend time with them, literally. I want to see them. I just want to be around them. I don't care what we do, where we go. I just want to chill.
No, yeah, for real. I mean, I can't lie. All the love languages I like. Like, there's nothing that I don't like. Like words of affirmation, gift giving, bro, fucking acts of service. Wow, I'll fall in love with you. I will fall in love with you.
See, I feel like because I've never really experienced majority of the love languages, that's why I'm not concerned with them. But like acts of service.
So she come and bringing you a breakfast in bed or massaging your back
I never
before
got
you
any
go.
of that, bro.
Oh, that's sad.
Never got in.
that's
I've had 2 relationships never even came home to a cooked meal.
Bro, that is depressing. I can't lie to you. That is depressing.
I could have worked a whole 12-hour day, come home, showered, then gone to her house, and still be the one who cooks.
Or what she do? Did she go work?
Yeah, she'd work, yeah.
Okay,
But
so
her job, she would work from home
did you buy gifts? Did you buy things
all
for
the
her?
time, bro.
So where's the return on your
Christmas-
investment? Where is the return on your investment? See, you're not investing correctly. That's the issue. That's the
Clearly
issue.
not. I need to invest in better stocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
See, when I think about my last relationship, and I think about my first relationship, and I think about myself now and what I want, things are completely different. I feel like I've gone through everything that there is to go through in a relationship to now know exactly what I want and exactly what I don't want. Now, whilst that's a positive for me, it's a negative for every woman I've spoken to since my ex, because as soon as they show me one thing that I don't want or I don't like,
Yeah,
it's curtains from there, literally.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's how it should be, to be honest. I don't think you should be given second chances. Me personally, I've given second chances, never gone right. Do you know what I mean? I feel like when you give a second chance, you're opening a door for more disrespect. You're opening a door for something worse than what happened before.
Yeah.
So, like, I might not leave, but like in my head, yeah, you're not here for a long time. You're temporary, and
Yeah.
that's how I think. I might not say it out loud because I don't want to hurt feelings, but
As I mentioned the first time you were on the pod, yeah, I think every guy knows exactly what they want from a girl when they first meet them. Now, I do not think it changes. I think if you've ever seen a girl as someone that you can't see a long-term future with, I don't think any amount of talking to them or spending time with them would change that. Because when you go into the situation, you go in with one thought process. And so you're never going to put your all into a woman that you never thought at the beginning you could see a long-term future with. I think in the opposite direction, if it's you saw a future with them, but then they started showing you things that made you say, okay, this isn't going to work. I think that can happen. But when it's the other way, I think it's incredibly rare to see it go from not really having interest to now I want to be with them. What do you think about that?
no, I think it can happen. I think it can happen. Like, I mean, you can make it happen though. Like, it won't be natural, but you can change your mind by force.
But if it's if it's by force, then as you said, it's not natural. Like, would you want to be with somebody who's forcing them to be with you?
They
I
ain't
feel like I
forcing
went
them.
through that.
Oh, say what?
I feel like with my previous girlfriend.
So it is possible then.
No, I'm saying for her, on her part, I feel like I was a lot more into that relationship than she was.
And that's the
there
issue.
there were signs where, from before we actually got together, there were red flags
Yeah.
that I chose to ignore, as everyone does. We always ignored the red flags. So yeah, there were things that I chose to ignore. And cool, we've now got into a relationship and I'm seeing things, but it's like, I know I want to be with her. Part of me was thinking that she was forcing herself to be with me. And I would see it in, like, when we would argue, the first thing she would want to do is leave. And I feel like that's the biggest sign. If you're ever having an argument with someone and the first thing they want to do is leave every time, I think that's a sign that you're probably not going to last long because they don't want to be with you. I think if you want to be with someone, you're going to fight for them no matter what. An argument's not going to change that.
But leave doesn't mean leave forever.
I think it does. If you, for anyone who's been in an on and off relationship, once it's off, it's off. It could come back on and off and on and off and on and off, but it will never be on and off and on and off, and then you're on forever. It's always gonna end.
Nah, I disagree.
You don't
I've
think?
seen relationships that have gone through the worst of the worst, survive, and then be good.
But did they break up, or they've gone through stuff?
They broke
stayed
up like
together?
100 times a week.
But then was it really a breakup?
Yeah, they broke up, but they reconciled. They didn't want to be away from each other for too long, and then they'll reconcile.
In that case, I would say I don't really think it was a breakup.
What do you mean? What do you mean by breakup then? Like break up a couple months and then get back together again? And
When I'm saying breakup, I'm talking the relationship is over. Like, it's not cool. You can have an argument with I had an argument with my ex, and she said she was done. Couple days later, we were back to. I'm saying back together. I don't think it was ever actually ended, because we were still in contact. We were still speaking and all of that. And then I had seen her at the earliest opportunity that I could see her, and then things were cool.
yeah,
I feel like if it's like that, where the door is still open, it's not a breakup. As you were mentioning in the first episode you came on, you were talking about breaks. I don't believe in breaks, but I think that I would call that a break.
No, I think that's a listen. I think we don't have the same definition as break here. No, listen. I went home and I spoke to the guys and I was like, bro, how many times have you said you want a little space? But space to me is the same thing as break. Like, I want a little break. Let's not talk for a week. We'll get back. We'll talk later. I'm not breaking up with you. I just need time to check myself and get back to you. That's what break is for me. I'm not you. You can't go now and do whatever you want. You still better behave.
My thing is, when you say you would go a week without speaking to your partner, is this a girlfriend or just someone you're speaking to?
My girlfriend.
How can you do that is my question. I don't understand how you can go that long without speaking to your girlfriend.
As a matter of fact, in times of when you're arguing so much, I think even it's necessary. Because absence makes the heart grow fonder. Give her some time to think about her actions, especially if she's wrong. Give her some time to think about her actions. Eventually, she'll miss you and come back, or you find out she's gone and found someone else. Either way, it's a win-win for you. Either way, it's a win-win for you. Because if she's gone now and found someone else, she wasn't the one, regardless. Like, let her go. That's okay. We charge it, brush. It might hurt for a bit. It's okay. We just go hit the gym. You know? But if she now says, I miss you, she wants to come back, then more time she's probably realized it takes women a long time to even take themselves accountable for anything they've done wrong. So just give her that time and, be back.
We've got very different thought processes here. If I'm ever having an argument with my partner, the last thing that I want to do is allow her to go elsewhere. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because if you allow your partner who is heightened emotions because you've had an argument or disagreement or whatever it is, and you tell her, yeah, I want some space, and she's going to go out and she's going to be heated. The things that she's going to do while she's in this, she's got these emotions, are not things that she would do had she not had these emotions. I think a lot of arguments can be resolved through conversation, through talking things out.
No.
It's easy to say, oh, well, if she goes to another guy, then clearly she wasn't the one and da-da-da-da-da. But
how many times are she gonna get heated in an argument, bro? Every time she's heated in an argument, you're gonna be worried that if you let her go, she's gonna be out there with some other guy. Bro, if you're thinking about this person to be your life partner,
yeah,
every time you guys have a heated argument, like, it's not gonna be the last one forever. Every time you have a heated argument and you let her go, okay, I'm gonna go out, have a drink with my girls, and you let her do that, you're gonna be worried that she's gonna be out there with another guy. Brush. What type of stress is that? I don't want it.
Bro, I can't leave an argument. When I say that, if I won't go to sleep on an argument because, as I've said, all the emotions are going to build up. Now, let's say you argue with your partner, yeah, and you argued in the morning, let's say. The whole day you don't speak. Gets to nighttime, again, you haven't spoken, you haven't said goodnight to her. Next morning now, bro, overnight, things are boiling inside her. It would be boiling inside me. There were times it did. If you're going the whole day without speaking to me, I'm a stubborn guy. I might not be the one to message you first, but the whole day I'm gonna be thinking, why the fuck hasn't she messaged me? Like, I've been waiting all these hours, like she's the one who was in the wrong, or da, or the situation wasn't even that deep. I don't know why you're reacting like this, kind of thing. But inside her, she's gonna be doing the same. She's gonna be working herself up about it, and she's gonna be getting more fueled by it.
That's too much. That is way too much.
Exactly. But that can be solved by a conversation. Yeah, and by finishing the argument there and then.
I'm not gonna sit there thinking, why hasn't she messaged me? If I need to message her, fuck the pride, fuck the ego. I am messaging her, even if she's in the wrong. If I feel that, because I've been there, I'm messaging you. But there will be times where either she's mad, and she's not hearing me because she's heightened on emotions. I'll let her just chill out. And when she's ready to speak normally, that's when I'll speak to her. Even if it takes a day or 2 or 3 or 4.
I would, me personally.
If I'm the one that's mad, I'm texting though. If I'm the one that's mad and she ain't messaged me to apologize, yo, what you doing? What do you mean? I don't care.
When I was with my last partner, we had a good few arguments, right? Mm-hmm. The one thing that I would never do is allow her to go to sleep having not spoken things through. Now, I say that because bro, I was trying so hard. Fuck me. Anyways, I say that because I don't want her to sleep on an argument. I don't want to go to sleep on an argument. The first thing that I want my partner to think about in the morning when she wakes up is me. Vice versa. The first thing I want to think about is my partner. And I want it to be positive. I don't want it to be negative. So I would rather resolve arguments before I go to sleep so that at least we've spoken about it. If she's still in a mood, that's fine. Then cool, I can give her space. I'm not going to give her a break, but I'll give her space.
You don't like that one.
No, I don't. The next day, it'll be a lot more chill, cool. Yeah, I'll give her a space. At least we've spoken about it. At least we've cleared the air. People don't get over things just like that. So naturally, once you have spoken about it, feelings still might be in the air, but at least it's been spoken about. And that's why this idea of break, when you say it, to me, it just sounds like, cool, something bad's happened. Let's avoid it now until you're out of your feelings. For me, I wouldn't do that. I can't address it. I would address the situation.
No, I can't do that. I'm not saying avoid. It has to be addressed. But it doesn't have to be addressed right now, this second. Like, we are both upset. We are both angry. We are both feeling away. The next thing that comes out my mouth might be very offensive. So let's stop talking.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm thinking your reasoning is absolutely, I don't even know the word that I want to say. But if it's absolutely mad, and I just think, like, what are you saying right now? The next thing I'm going to say is not something that's going to be nice. And I might not mean it. And later on, it might build some doubt in her head or whatever. So I would rather we both chill, because if she says something to me that's disrespectful, mate, trust me, I'm remembering that one. Watch, I'm remembering that one. So, I think a break sometimes is necessary, just to chill, just to cool.
Yeah. See, when you say the word break, I'm hearing break here, but what you're describing is space.
Okay, whatever, same thing.
But when you say
What's a break then?
when you say go a week, for me, a break would be
10
no
minutes.
contact. No. A break. If I was to say to a partner, not that I would ever say this, but if I was to say to a partner, I want to break, it means no contact. Likewise, if my partner said to me she wants to go on a break, first of all, I'm not gonna let her, because I'm not gonna. If I love you, I'm not just gonna sit there and let you not speak to me for however many days you want to not speak to me for. Because if you actually love a person, you wouldn't be able to go a prolonged period of time without checking in at least. That's why that day I said that at least in the morning I've said good morning, at night I've said good night. We've had a conversation maybe at the end of the day, how was your day kind of thing, but I'm still going to allow you to have your space.
No, I hear it. I mean, for me, it's the same thing. Break, space, whatever. I control when the break ends. I control when it starts. I don't mind. Even if she says break, yeah, I'll give her the space till when I feel like it's time to end the space. Then I'm calling you, saying whatever I need to say, you know. Fuck the pride. There's no love. In the Bible, it says love has no pride. So I'm not prideful when I'm in love.
I do get that, but I feel like at times, I think you need to have some sort of pride, some sort of shame, some sort of, okay, this has happened. I've been disrespected. I feel disrespected. I can't keep going back, or I can't let the situation just slide. I can't let her leave and have one thought in her head kind of thing. I feel like in relationships, things happen.
Yeah.
And because things happen, conflict resolution is very, very important. You need to be able to deal with things, deal with situations in such a way that, obviously, we're grown, we're mature, we're adults. You should be able to deal with things in a grown, mature, adultish way.
Yeah, no, 100%. But then again, you got a lot of stuff going on in your life other than her.
Of course.
You know, I think you should now go put all your effort into that in the time that you're taking your break. So your mind is off things, I could say, in my opinion, that don't really matter. You know, this relationship, yeah, especially if you want a future with a girl, it probably does matter a lot at the time, well, you feel like it does. But there's other things like you can do to better yourself, and that's why I even said earlier, like gym or whatever it may be, reading, or like, even if you, I mean, I wouldn't suggest watching TV, binging TV, but even if you have to, like, do
Take your
that.
mind off it.
Yeah, just do stuff. I say personally, do stuff that betters you, and you'll be fine.
I feel like as the younger generation, relationships have completely different meaning.
Yeah.
I think men and women have completely different expectations of dating or of relationships. I think women have a lot more unrealistic expectations of what dating should look like or what relationships should look like. And then I think men, they are quick to call things relationships, but they're doing it because they don't want the woman to leave, kind of thing. I know a lot of women who have ended up in relationships with guys that didn't love them, didn't actually want to be in a relationship with them, but it was a thing where I guess it's a question of, if you haven't been made a girlfriend, then they're not really that into you. I feel like that's what plays in a lot of guys' minds. If there's a guy who really likes a girl, likes spending time with her, being around her, all that, and he doesn't want that to end, he'll quickly try to take her off the market. Neither might be ready for the relationship, but I feel like that's a big reason why a lot of relationships fail these days.
Yeah. I mean, I think that is right. I think that is right. But I remember you telling me that you wanted to, like, moving forward, you wanted to get a foreign girl.
Oh yeah, I said my wife ain't in the UK.
Yeah. Do you still, is that still the case?
I've spoken to a lot of women in the UK. I've also spoken to women outside of the UK. And the mindset of UK women today
Yeah. Sorry, my head
is horrendous.
Yeah.
And it's very different to women overseas. Now, having made the comparison,
Don't tell me America, though. America is written off. My wife is not from there. I'm joking.
we never know, innit?
I'm joking. I'm joking. She might be.
Off topic quickly.
Cut
Off topic quickly. Someone we know from primary school got engaged to an American guy.
That's amazing.
Have you seen it? Or you haven't?
Not really. Yeah, but I've heard.
Oh, you've heard?
I've heard.
When I heard, I just thought, wow.
I thought, wow.
Fairs.
Literally, fairs.
We'll quickly move on swiftly from that. Going back to what I was saying, yeah. I feel like social media is to blame for why, especially in the UK, women have this one-track mindset, right? I think that a lot of women these days, they want what Americans call tricks. They don't want guys that they're dating. They want guys who are going to spend on them. The problem with that is they become entitled. They have this sense of importance based on how
Much
these
deeper.
tricks are treating them.
I hate tricks, by the way. I hate tricks.
And simps. I hate them.
I hate simps and tricks. They ruined us. And also another thing that's ruined us is Krishan, her show, Baddies. That has absolutely destroyed us. I can't lie. There's a lot more baddies in the UK now. Bro.
Brother, the way that I want to call it a small minority of men, because I don't think it's a majority of men that are like this.
It's the buy, bro.
The way that they treat the women, they'll spend money on them, they'll pay for this, that, and the other. Now they've got this expectation that this is what they want, right?
Yeah.
Now the issue with that is they're not thinking about being in relationships with any of these people. The reason why they're not is because these aren't traits that they want for their partner. Mm-hmm. Imagine you were a girl and you were speaking to a guy and straight away he's just sending you money or he's paying for things and he's giving you this, that, and other. You're going to think, oh, if he's doing it for me, he's clearly doing it for everyone else. So why would I want to be with that?
Yeah.
And that's what the women are doing. If they're asking you for shit, it's because they don't respect you like that. They don't see you as being a partner.
They don't.
They're just using you for the money.
Yeah.
Or for the benefits that come with speaking to you.
They will never go to a baller, 100 billion%, yeah. Mm-hmm. They will never go to a guy that's a baller and ask for money off the rip, because that will fuck up their pattern.
Exactly, it'll fuck up the pattern.
Exactly. So if they're asking you for money,
they don't
respect you.
Literally that.
But even I've even heard girls in Dubai that live there say UK men don't spend.
Yeah, why should they?
Yeah.
What do
so
you
it's not us. It's not the UK men that's the issue. It's not us, bro.
When I have these conversations with women regularly, right? Because I want to understand where they're coming from. Mm-hmm. But I've never been given a compelling answer as to why they believe they're worth what they believe they're worth, other than the fact that other people are doing it for them.
Oh yeah, if one man won't, another man will.
That statement there, I agree. If one person won't, another man will. But the other man isn't going to be you're not going to be the only person that man's doing it for.
Yeah.
I know a girl who, the other day I was having a conversation with her and she told me that she's never really been on a second date. She said that when she's been out with guys, they've not really like, she's never really been that interested in them to see them again. But she said, one of these guys spent 10 racks at the table. Imagine going out and you get 10 racks spent on you and you don't even see
on a
the
club
guy
table?
again. No, but they've gone out for like a meal.
How do
They've
you
gone
do
on a
that? How do you
date.
do that?
Oh, I want to understand how. I don't know where they went and all of it, but when she said that he
Carbone.
maybe, but 10 racks and you don't even get a second date. Now, obviously, there's guys who
Did he blast?
10 racks isn't. There's guys who 10 racks is nothing to. And so naturally, if you got to spend 10 racks to take a girl out for one evening and you're fine to do that, go ahead. But that woman now, she can't chat to anyone and just like fully take them in, because I don't know how many guys in the UK are just going to spend 10 racks at a table on one date, on a first date.
10 racks is, bro, 10 racks.
10 racks is that's a lot. That's a lot.
It's man actually, pocket change.
So imagine you were chatting to this girl. You didn't know the story of 10 racks getting spent on, but imagine you were chatting to this girl and you were trying to take her out and that, and she asks you, where are you taking me? And you tell her somewhere, and she scoffs at you. Bro, you worked
Where ain't going?
You worked 3 days to pay for this one day. And you tell her where, and it's just like she turns her nose up at you because, bro, she's been taken elsewhere and been spent money on.
We ain't going. You know what I do really and truly though? I really do set the standard when I meet a girl, like very much so. Like I do set the standard as in first dates, to be honest, I do pull out all my cards. After I realized it's not about the money, obviously. Like they don't really care about where they're going, they just like me.
Yeah.
I do pull out all the stops, but that's not something that's gonna happen regularly. And I make it known without speaking. Mm-hmm. And if they're okay with it, they'll stay for a bit. They might get tired of it, but I don't really do the extravaganza. I like it. I like it because I like taking girls out on dates. Mm-hmm. Not because like I want something in return. Like for me, it's never like, oh, I'm gonna take you on a date. Now you got
likewise.
You got to free up.
Yeah,
like, no, it's not that. But it's all the experience. So when I take a girl on a date, I take her somewhere I ain't been before.
Yeah.
So it might be, I don't know if there's certain websites where you can get packages like helicopter around the city or something like that. It'll be like, wow for the girl, but for me, it's also an experience. I just want someone to do it with.
Exactly.
And since it's a first date, I might as well do it with you. Mm-hmm. Guys call me crazy for that a little bit.
I'll be honest, I haven't done anything like a helicopter around the city, but I'm just saying, when I like going on dates, because I like doing things and having someone to go to places with or having someone to do things with. And I feel like I hate a dinner date for a first date.
Unless
think
I'm
it's
hungry.
boring. Even
that day you're feeling bare hungry.
I think a dinner for a first date, I think a dinner date is not it. Dinner dates are for when
Valentine's.
you're comfortable.
Yeah.
When you're comfortable with the person and you can just go and spend time with them and enjoy the company, that's fine. But for me, I avoid dinner dates as a first date at all costs. I always open up with an activity. I always as well try to incorporate alcohol, not because I'm trying to get the girl drunk, because this is going to sound mad. Nothing like that. The reason I try to incorporate alcohol into the activity is because obviously when you drink, naturally you loosen up a bit. You become like more yourself. You like the nerves go kind of thing. So I can study a girl's behavior before taking her out. I know what she likes. I know what she doesn't like, what she likes to eat, what she doesn't like to eat, all of that. I know her interests. I always tailor my first dates to the girl. Mm-hmm. That's the key to making her want to go back out with you. Mm-hmm. But I'm the opposite, where I don't like to start with something extravagant. I work my way up. So I start with a first date. My thing is I want to get to know you. I need to know you're worth me spending racks on before I'm gonna spend racks on you, kind of thing. I'm not gonna take a girl somewhere that's so extravagant for a first date, because once you do that, you set a standard. Anything after that, it's only gonna go downhill. Unless you start extravagant
Hope.
and huh?
Hope, bro. That's the word, bro. Hope. You do something extravagant first time, I think
Yeah.
they hope you're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
That's okay, but like, I think there's ways you can maneuver. Like for me, it's just like I just want to take you somewhere no one else has ever taken you, or show you something
I like that as well.
no one else has ever shown you.
And as I said, that's the key to making them want to go back out with you. For me as a guy, when I take a woman on a date, my goal isn't to sleep with them. My goal is for them to remember me after the date and to want to see me again. That's my only goal for a first date. And I feel like the sooner guys realize this should be my goal, they're going to do a lot better when it comes to dating, because I know a lot of women who they will tell me, oh, like, guys only want one thing. And it's because when they're in their experience, they're speaking to guys and their goal is get them into bed. Their goal isn't, I want this girl to want to see me again.
You know, that's not my goal either. I don't want you. For me, first date is not even for the girl.
It's for you.
As for me, like, I want to do this. I have no one else to do it with. You're a girl I'm speaking to at the moment. I'm doing this. I hope you like it. You know what I mean? That's how I think of it. I don't really care. I mean, great. If you want to go out with me again, great.
Yeah.
Probably won't go out again for a long time because I've already done what I wanted to do. You know? Unless there's something else I want to do later. But also, my main aim right now in my life is building. I can't be doing all these extravagant things every weekend or every month.
Yeah.
Maybe not even every month. But we can do little things here and there, try food, sports, whatever. But my first date is really to wow a girl, especially if I like her.
Yeah.
Like if I like her as well, it's just to wow you. If you end up being, shit, charging it, I still got my experience. You won't ever forget me. It's all right. That guy that spent 10 racks,
Yeah.
she will never forget him. She will never forget him.
She won't forget him because he's the guy that spent 10 racks on me. But it's like, that's all he did. He didn't, her exact words were like, he didn't wow her enough to even want to go out with him again.
That's because he just spent money
She even said,
on a table.
she even said it was like, he spent it, but it was just like a shrug of the shoulder kind of thing. He just been like, yeah, that's nothing to him. And that's when I said to her, what your issue is no guy is putting in effort. If you're someone who can just spend 10 racks at a table like it's nothing, and you do that, that's no effort.
You gotta be struggling to pay that bill.
You do it is you need to show effort.
Yeah.
From what she was explaining, to spend 10 racks on me and you just like it's nothing to you. There's no effort there. She also said it was somewhere that he goes regularly anyway. So it wasn't even like he's taken her anywhere extravagant. This is probably his local chicken and chip shop, more or less.
Yeah.
This 10 racks is something that, whether she was there or not, he would have spent. When I take a woman on a date, I'm putting in effort into getting to know them, getting to know what they actually like, and giving them an experience that they're gonna go home and think about me.
Yeah.
As I said, that's my only goal for a first date. Take the woman out and get her to think about me after and want to go back out with me. And that is free game for any guy out there. If you're interested in a woman and you get the chance to take her out, forget thinking about sleeping with her. Just your one aim should be, I want this woman to think about me when she goes home, and I want her to see me again.
Yeah. No, I hear it. I hear it. That wow factor.
Exactly. It's literally you need
Like
that
he
wow
was
factor.
listening that whole time, you know? Yeah. I hear it.
I feel like men in today's society, they're doing something wrong. Women in today's society also doing something wrong.
Everyone's broken.
I agree. I think dating in general has become this overly expectant thing where one party is expecting up here and the other isn't providing that. And so straight away they're like written off. I feel like people should be a lot more humble when it comes to dating. And I always say you should date in your caliber. I don't think that as a person you should be going for people who are earning significantly more than you, to a point where if you are dating them, it seems like you're only really dating them for the money type of thing. But like, it's different if I'm a guy who was pursuing a girl who obviously I'm earning a lot more than, that's fine, but I'm not going to mention that. Another thing I don't talk about with women is finances. I feel like talking about finances, you do that with your partner, or you do that with like your guys. You don't talk about your finances to just any woman.
You don't talk about your finances to anybody. Forget that. I'm not talking about my finances to anyone. I made mistakes, bro. I've taken L's. And I've told people my L's, and it was not good, bro. It was not good. So you don't tell your finances to no one. And I'm standing on that. I'm standing on that, bro.
See, when it comes to, I'm a suffer in silence kind of guy.
Yeah.
Where if I'm going through a mad thing, no one will know. For me, it will be business as usual. I'm still going to maintain my image.
That's exhausting.
It can be, but bounce backs happen all the time. I feel like when you start speaking to women about finances, they get a perception of you, whether that's positive or negative. Today, literally this morning, I seen a video of, Pen Game, the guy scams. He must have gone out with a woman to Burger King, and he told her he ain't got money, and so she's paid. Bro, she put him on blast on social media. As a man, I could have 0 pence in my bank account. I would never tell that to a woman. There's certain things that as a man I will never tell another woman, because I know women, as soon as you have an argument with them, they will throw everything you've ever said to them back at your face. For that reason, there's certain things that I can never share. Finances is one of them. If I'm low on my luck, I will never say that to another woman, because they will use it against you one way or another.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, I've taken serious L's, as I said earlier. Even thinking about them makes me sad. And I've gone and told people about my L's. And it's been thrown back in my face. Bro, these type of L's are the L's you don't get out of bed type of L's. Serious. Obviously, that learning curve. But I've now gone and told people that, I would have thought would have, kind of supported me.
Yeah.
But obviously, like, in terms of the girl situation, of course, they now throw it back at you, and it's like, wow, you are dark.
And it hurts. Especially if it comes from, if you told a girl something in confidence, because you're going to like a shoulder to cry on kind of thing, someone to lean on. And then she goes and throws that back in your face. That's dark.
That is dark. But you got to charge it. You got to learn from it. And obviously now you got to kind of switch the situation. That's what I do, innit? Switch to, okay, cool, yeah. I preed it. I deeped it. It's only happened once, to be honest, with one girl. But never again.
I will say, again, there was one time where something was thrown back in my face. But the way it happened, bro, it was so dark that it happened at her birthday party. All her family were there. And it was a thing where even one of my friends was there. She even came with her man. Bro, the situation was so embarrassing for me that, bro, I started vibrating. Bro, I started vibrating, bro. I sat down, yeah.
Were you birthday? It was a birthday party.
But the situation sobered me up. Yeah, we had been drinking. She was significantly drunk. But when the words left her mouth, yeah. Sorry, no, the words didn't even left her mouth. My friend came and told me what had been said. When she came and said this to me, I was in such shock that I sobered up.
Yeah, see, me, what happened, the opposite would happen. I'll get even more drunker. Bad decisions would have been made.
That when this was something that I told her in confidence, this was something that affected me for years and years, that at the point of telling her, hadn't got a conclusion. It hadn't been concluded yet. And so it was an ongoing thing. So for me to go to you and tell you something in confidence, that I cried to her about it as well. Like,
Damn.
she saw me when I was down. And then the way it came out at a birthday party, bro, yeah, it was dark.
Nah, yeah. I mean, I've had horrible experiences like that, to be honest. Birthday parties are drag, but I've had horrible experiences like that. But then I've also had good experiences, to be honest. Like, I've had a girl hold it down, you know, never throw it back in my face, never do anything like that. So, you know, it depends on the person. But what I would say is never let a girl know your vulnerabilities. Never let nobody know your vulnerabilities, because people use that. They will know that. Even if they don't use it explicitly, they'll use it.
I'm somebody who, I like psychology. And I studied sociology, I've studied criminology, I've studied social sciences a lot. I can interpret people's behaviors. I can understand a person's character from one conversation with them.
Facts.
Because I'm able to do that, I know when I speak to a woman where it's gonna go. I know I can tell a lot about her. I can tell a lot about her character. I can tell whether or not she's the type of person who would exploit my vulnerabilities. Now, for most guys, you have one negative experience and that will change you for everything. So I don't think it's possible for me to be that vulnerable with another woman again. If it happens, fairs to that woman that she was able to bring that out of me. But I've never, since my ex, I've not come across another woman who I feel would be able to bring that kind of vulnerable side out of me. And I think that's another reason why I haven't really been able to go anywhere with anyone, because it's like I've got my own expectations of what I want and I've not come across that yet. When I said I don't think my wife's in the UK, it's purely because I know the mindsets of UK women.
Yeah.
And from what I've seen, they don't have the kind of mindset that I want in a partner. I'm not even talking all the way as far as the US. I've spoken to girls in Germany, Netherlands, Amsterdam, and it's like they're so different. They are so different. Like I don't know what it is over there, but European girls, especially, they're very different to UK. Their mindsets, their morals.
I'm about to disagree with you, bro.
Swear.
What do you mean by that, bro? What do you mean? European, what do you mean by that? Like, seriously.
As I mentioned, I've spoken to girls in Germany, girls in Amsterdam, Paris.
Are they melanated?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they're melanated.
Carry on.
And I'm able to have conversations that actually flow where they're not thinking about where I'm going to be taking them, how much I'm going to be spending on them, if I'm paying for their maintenance or not. All of these superficial things that
But
UK
there's
women,
bad, bro. There's cons. There's cons that come with that.
such as, other than distance, take distance out of the equation.
Were they all melanated? If they were not all the melanated, then maybe not. I don't know.
Were they all, every single one of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Or at least 50% kind of thing.
I mean, a lot of Europeans, not all.
Yeah.
There's some very like down to earth Europeans, but a lot of Europeans in general, I think they feel superior when they're talking to a black man. I do. I do, bro. A lot of European girls feel superior, and I feel like I've heard certain comments made, not to me or in my life at all, but I've heard certain comments be made, and I'm thinking, bro, why would you say that?
I don't think I've even come across a white British person in this country
No,
who thinks they're superior to.
No, here's very diverse. It's a very diverse country. But when you go to Europe,
I've been in Europe plenty of times, even on holiday. I've spoken to many European from all over Europe. I've spoken to girls from all over Europe.
damn.
Not not once have I thought that they felt superior.
My sources might not be reliable. My sources might not
What are
be
your sources?
My sources might not be reliable. External source from way far away from me, but they might not be reliable. So maybe I'm wrong.
I think
But
people are a lot nicer in Europe. Well, I say that to an extent.
Yeah.
I think that.
Go Italy, maybe. It was actually voted the most racist country.
I'm thinking it's more generational. The older generation in foreign countries, I would say, cool. Yeah, they're a bit more traditional. Same way. Older generation here, they're a bit more traditional. But the younger generation, in my experience, in foreign countries, they're a lot better than the younger generation in this country.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
In our age group, I've had conversations with people overseas women overseas who they're all like career driven. They're not trying to rely on a man to pay for everything for them. They want to pay for things themselves. They're independent, but not independent the way UK women are independent. They're independent in the good way. Like who Neo was singing about years ago, Miss Independent.
Oh.
You don't know that song?
Yeah, I was thinking of 1 in a Million for some reason.
Even, bro, Neo, the type of woman I want is the type of woman he was singing about.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I need a little Miss Independent, literally. She got her own thing.
That's propaganda being pushed in order to separate to the natural traditional household. He knew what he was doing.
But I like what he was doing.
Nah, I'm bantering, but it's good.
I can't lie. Yeah. I like to see an independent woman. I'll be honest. But as I said, it's independent in the right way. Not independent the way that.
So what would you do? Real question.
Yeah.
She's an independent woman, works hard, has her own car, has her everything patterned.
Love that.
But now her car breaks down. You're in a relationship, and she's gone now. She's she's fixing it and that. Well, what's your opinion on that? Would you find that attractive, or would that be off-putting? Because now you're not needed in the house, bro. She's fixing the walls.
As I've said before,
Hanging up
I never
paintings.
want to feel needed in a relationship. I want my wife to wake up every morning and choose me and go to sleep.
So
and
you
choose
don't
me.
have a role.
It's not that I don't have a role. Of course, I've got a role. But if
What's your role?
If she's independent, obviously, if I'm there, I'm gonna want to do it for her. But if it's a thing where she's happy to do it herself, I'm not there, I would want her. I'm the type of guy who I will teach my partner so many things. I'll teach her how to do a service on her own car, how to change tires, how to top up oil and things like that. There's certain things that I think everyone should know. If you're a driver, there's certain things that you should know. That a lot of women nowadays, because I'm just a girl, they don't want to do it. Fuck that. I think that I'm just a girl just means you're lazy. Why wouldn't you want to know how to do certain things? Finances are even seen as a man's field. I would want to be able to teach my partner about finance. That's why I said your partner, I would say you can discuss finances with. If you're going to be sharing a life with someone, I think naturally you should be able to do that kind of thing. There are certain aspects that I would teach my partner, that I would share with my partner, regardless if she's independent or I want to have a partner who is independent. I don't want her to need me. I want her to want me.
I agree.
And to choose me.
You know what? I don't have a set opinion on that. Like, I don't really have a set opinion. I think any is okay. Like, I think if she can't do the car and she calls me, I like to feel needed.
Yeah.
Me personally, I like to feel needed. Like, if I wasn't here, this wouldn't be fixed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like that feeling. But then again, I'm not fully against her being able to, you know, fix a car, go change a tire. Maybe that, I don't know. I'm two minds about it, you know? I don't know.
The way I see it, I would rather my partner knows how to do it, and if she was to break down on the roadside, she knows exactly what to do, than she's now left in a vulnerable position on the roadside, waiting hours for recovery to come, or waiting for me to get to her because she can't do it and no one can get to her quick enough. Independence for me.
I like to be, you know, the superhero. You know, something
You want to feel useful. I get that.
Yeah.
Likewise, I like to feel useful as well. When I've had female friends call me and ask me to help them with things around their house, and I'm happy to do it because, again, yeah, I like to feel useful. These are certain man roles, yeah, certain man roles that I would say, yeah, they make me happy. I don't know how many guys have a toolbox in their boot or carry around a jack with them, but these are the types of things that I'll have because you ain't got a trolley jack in your car.
I don't know the name. I might know the...
Where it lifts the car up.
Okay. Exactly, I was thinking that's what it was. You said trolley jack. I was thinking that's what it was.
Yeah, I can't lie. Yeah, that kind of... I do like to feel useful, but at the same time, the best way I can be useful to my partner is to teach her. If I can teach my partner how to do certain things,
teaching.
I feel useful.
No, because teaching is different. I'm saying what if she already comes with that knowledge?
If she comes with the knowledge, then even better.
Who taught you is the question.
I wouldn't ask that question.
Oh. You wouldn't?
I feel like there's certain questions you don't ask in relationships because if you get an answer that you don't like, you can't ever not know.
She better say my dad or my brother.
And if she doesn't, then what?
Then
my ex, if she was to...
Every time she's fixing a car, she think about her ex.
She'd be thinking about me. When I had her underneath the car doing an oil change, do you think if she's with her new man, anytime oil change get mentioned, now she knows what to do? Who taught her how to do that shit, bro? That was me who taught her. But I would hate to know that as a guy. If I was her next man, and one day she went to, I don't know, she was doing something, her oil light came on and she said, I need to change my oil. And she jacked up her car, got underneath the car, undid the sump nut and started
what did you tell me to do again? Which one? Bro.
If I was her her man, and I asked her that, who taught you that? And she said, my ex. Bro, you can never unhear those words.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna be there when the oil is getting changed more time. I ain't even gonna be there. No, but I'm not. But more time, it's alright. It's alright. But I'd rather be the teacher. I'd rather your first time is with me.
Likewise.
But if it's not, it's alright. I'm joking. Really, that.
That's why there's some questions that I would avoid asking.
I gotta know though. Me, I love the truth. Like, I don't mind if a girl is telling me while she's with me, I'm sleeping with this guy.
Brother, what?
Yeah, moms, I don't care. As long as you're telling me the truth. Now, you're telling me the truth, like, you know what? It's calm. He's the main guy now. I'm the other guy. I'm the other guy. You know? As long as, if you're cheating, as long as it's not on me and with me, I think I'm okay.
As Conan said, I'd rather be the side nigga that you're lying with than be the main nigga that you're lying to.
Facts. So, as long as you're telling me the truth, I don't mind.
See, me, I'm not a cock, and I would never settle for that. If I knew that a woman was...
Wait, hold on. Hold the fuck on. Cock, I am not a cock. But what I'm saying is, what I meant to say was... Wait, hold on. That's what a cock is. See, me, I don't know these new definitions of words, bro. Bro, what's a cock? Explain that quickly.
If you were a guy who would be happy to speak
No,
to
we're
a
out of the
woman,
relationship.
regardless. If I was speaking to a
I'm
woman...
just chopping now.
Even if
You're
I'm
my
just,
thing.
Listen, even if I'm just sleeping with another woman, if I know she's sleeping with other men, I will never be chatting to her. Never.
What if she's a ting?
Regardless. Bro, there's been girls that I've just been sleeping with that I have made. Bro, I'm telling you, there's been things that I'm just sleeping with that I know that I'm the only person they're sleeping with. And if I wasn't, I wouldn't be talking to them.
Okay, bro, first of all, let's not take things to that depth. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing, bro. And more time, your assumption should be, yeah, there's probably another guy there, but who cares? You're with me right now. They with me. I'm chopping.
Bro, I can't ever have... Bro,
That don't make me a cock.
I take sexual health very seriously. I would never be sleeping with somebody who is sleeping with multiple people because, bro, that's dingy, bro.
Nah, bro, what? Like, okay, I don't think that's ever happened. But even if it has happened, I wouldn't have cared. But I used to always tell girls, like, bro, I don't care who you're talking to. I don't care where you're going after this. I don't care about nothing. Like, as long as you like just chill, whenever you want to go, go. I've got my cake. You can't have it and eat it, bro. You can't have the cake and eat it, bro.
What's the point in having cake if you don't get to eat it?
Leave it in
Where's
the fridge.
it there? Just to
keep
just
it fresh.
To sit. Nah, mate.
Nah, but I don't know, bro. If it's just a thing, bro, if it's just a thing, that means she's gonna expect you to not be doing the same thing.
Regardless.
I'm probably not doing the same thing, but she's gonna expect it, and that expectation is heavy for me, bro. Stress.
All right, cool. Let's leave it there for today. We'll leave it there. Give the people something to think about.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts that you have for the audience? Just for saying that, I'm cutting that shit out. For me, though, I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. If you're a guy, you're interested in a girl, your one goal on a first date is make this girl remember you and make her want to go out with you again. Forget about trying to fuck. Forget about that. Your one goal, make her remember you and make her want to see you again. I'm going to leave you with that. You want to shout yourself out?
Follow me on all pages. Actually, brush. Don't put that in. Brush. Yeah.
You good, yeah?
Yeah.
Say no more. It's been lovely having you on. Great speaking with you, as always.
Yes.
Thank you for coming today.
I got you, bro.
As always, new episodes drop every Thursday at 5. So I'll see you here same time next week. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share with someone you think argues too much or someone who doesn't argue enough. Follow all the accounts to stay updated. You can catch pre-released episodes, clips, previews, and more. All the links will be in the description below. I want to thank KB for showing up and standing on his opinions. That matters more than people realize. And speaking of guests, if you've got a hot take that you're ready to defend or a mind that likes pressure, I'm giving you the platform to come here and do that. Apply to be on the show at whatdoyoumeanbythat.com/apply or DM me on Instagram or TikTok. I'm friendly, just come chat to me. My name is Josiah, and this is What Do You Mean By That?
They want a man that provides for them. Like, they want a man to take care of them. They're not doing traditional stuff.
I don't believe in entitlement.
But even, do you see the Chunks and Philly situation?
Yeah, Bouncer's always talking about internet ready. If you're not internet ready,
Yeah, you'll fail.
People who go places like, say, Birmingham.
They're going there to do some fag shit.
and if that's someone who happens to be Dr. Patel who's come from India, then